the brutally cold winters in Great Britain, many homeowners actually have heated floors. Here's an example of how a warm water ground floor boiler system from Continental Underfloor is installed. First, the components are delivered to the job site along with a detailed CAD plan. Next, work begins by installing the heating manifold. The manifold will send warm water through flexible piping, which workers staple to the floor in a preset pattern using a measuring stick and tacking gun. For extremely large flooring areas, easy-fit clip tracks are installed beneath the piping to ensure even spacing between the rows. Large jobs may also require a decoiler, which speeds up the install and makes laying piping easier. Back at our indoor job, the piping is cut in various locations and connected to the manifold. After the piping installation is complete, a 50mm liquid flowing screed is installed. This will harden and protect the piping. With a good design and proper planning, this system will help the homeowner remain toasty warm all winter long. Loading and unloading standard or ISO shipping containers can definitely be a difficult task. Using their ISO tip hook lift system and truck mountable CHU or container handling unit, global company Palfinger makes it look easy. For loading a standard container, the hook lift secures the container's handle, raises it onto the CHU, and pulls it forward. Careful preparation is required prior to loading an ISO container, including specific adjustments to the CHU. Initiated by remote control, the hook is attached to the CHU vertical frame section, which is then moved into position and secured to the container. Next, the ISO container is raised onto the CHU and manually locked into position. While remaining locked to the vertical frame section, the container can be automatically tipped for dumping its contents. After the container is automatically unloaded, the vertical frame section is manually uncoupled and returned to the CHU. For lifting and moving extremely heavy containers, no one does it better than Swedish company Hammar Maskin AB. With a massive 60-ton lift test several years ago, Hammar achieved the Guinness record for heaviest weight lifted by a side loader. Now, with its reach over and retractable stabilizer legs and flexible dual-chain lifting system, the Hammar 155 has mastered the process of simultaneously transferring 2 shipping containers from one location to another. With these amazing processes, constant innovation and smart engineering in transportation is on daily display the world over. To prevent damage to the giant tires on earth-moving, quarrying, or mining vehicles, a protective chain like those from international company PWAG is often required. Let's see how it's done. First, removal from the storage box usually requires the assistance of heavy machinery. The entire section of chain is then laid out flat on the ground in a straight line. Next, after all the necessary accessories are placed on a pallet for clear visibility, the driver properly positions the tire over the chain. With the tension chain extended down the outer side of the protective chain, the mounting chain is then placed around the tire and connected to the protective chain at the corners. As the driver slowly rolls the tire backward, the worker carefully fits and tightens the chain around the tire. Pin locks are inserted to further tighten the chain, and the mounting chain is released with a hammer. The tension chain is then removed, followed by the addition and securing of various locking accessories. Lastly, the worker installs both a tension and a tightening chain. While PWAG protection chains are also available for smaller work vehicle tires, this tire is now ready for duty. When envisioning stunningly beautiful automobiles like the Audi A7 Sportsback, the creative minds at Audi's highly secretive design center often use clay models to envision the end result. Beginning with a simple graphic outline on an advanced touchscreen, let's peek in on the entire procedure for crafting this amazing work of automotive art. At this point, our model has really begun taking on the A7's iconic shape. Perhaps the most difficult task is sculpting the interior, which is designed and sculpted down to the smallest detail. Next, color schemes are chosen and the interior is assembled. The color of the clay is also altered as required. Lastly, engineers configure the interior systems. Using the time-proven method of creating a clay sculpture during the design process, the Audi A7 Sportsback is perfect in every detail. As one of the leading producers of products for industry, healthcare, and life sciences, one of New Jersey company Ansell's primary functions is the manufacture of latex surgical gloves. Used by healthcare professionals everywhere, these gloves help maintain an environment completely free of potentially harmful bacteria. First, the raw materials are received, compounded, formulated, and tested. Next, the hand-shaped molds, or formers, are prepared for use through various cleaning and sanitation procedures. As glove production begins, the formers are dipped in coagulant and heated in the coagulant oven. Next, the formers are dipped in the latex gel solution and placed into the latex oven, where they are closely monitored from the control room. Now classified as gloves, they are then leached to remove residual chemicals, coated with primer, and placed into the primer oven. Each glove is then printed with identification information and dipped in a polyurethane coating. Next, the gloves are carefully beaded and sent for vulcanization. Next, further leaching removes residual proteins, chemicals, and non-rubber particles. After a slurry dip to prevent interior sticking and a trip through the drying oven, manual and automatic stripping removes the finished gloves from the formers. Each glove is then carefully inspected for defects. Post-processing includes drying and washing to remove slurry, chlorination, and siliconization. After checking for leaks with a final water test, the gloves are sent for packing and shipping. Eventually, some of these gloves will actually help save lives.
Hej, szukasz technologicznych nowinek i wypaśnych gadżetów? Zastanawiasz się, jak będzie wyglądała nasza przyszłość? Nie wyobrażasz sobie życia bez robotów? Bądź na czasie i zasubskrybuj Projekt, a nic Cię nie ominie. Ja się z Wami żegnam, do usłyszenia, cześć!